Well, I have to first say that Margaret and I have had a number of Mormon friends over the years, and they're, without fail, very kind, generous people, good neighbors, and good conversationalists and friends, and we appreciate them. But the doctrines of the Church of Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints, or what we call Mormons, the doctrines are significantly different from the doctrines of the Christian Church. For instance, Joseph Smith in, I think it was 1830, claims to have been visited by two divine personages, the Father and the Son, from heaven. And they told him that all the creeds of the church are an abomination. Well, the creeds of the church express the common, uniform, standard, agreed upon major doctrines of the Christian faith. Those are embodied in the Apostles' Creed, the Nicene Creed, the Chalcedonian Creed, later the Westminster Confession of Faith, the Augsburg Confession, the Baptist Faith and Message. And these are summaries of important, fundamental biblical truths. To say they're all an abomination is to exclude them. Perhaps the most significant creed of the church in history, maybe the Apostles' Creed, but it could be argued as the Nicene Creed, which was completed in 325 AD. And when this second edition of Systematic Theology was published, I was looking through the book and I noticed the section on Mormonism begins on page 325, the same year in which the Nicene Creed was completed, first completed. And I've got some differences with Christianity and Mormonism where we respectfully differ, but to say that the creeds are an abomination in God's sight means we reject, I believe in one God, the Father Almighty, maker of heaven and earth, and of all things visible and invisible. That's the doctrine of creation and God's almighty power. And in one Lord Jesus Christ, it goes on, the only begotten Son of God, God of God, light of light, very God of very God. That's the deity of Christ. That's an abomination? Well, we can go on, the death and resurrection of Christ and his second coming. Many other major doctrines of the faith are incorporated in these creeds. And to rule them all out as false and say the Mormon church is the one true church is significantly different. And we shouldn't think it would pass as a variant of legitimate Christianity. Also, it holds that God the Father is not eternal, but was a human being who progressed to Godhead. That there's no Trinity, but there are multiple gods in heaven, that we can eventually become gods, and that our exaltation to a divine status, to becoming gods, is based on our good works, not on Christ's redemptive work for us. So there are a lot of differences. I don't think it's Christian at all. It denies the truthfulness of the major doctrines of the Christian faith. It has a different view of God and who he is, different view of Christ. They don't think he's divine. They don't worship him or pray to him. Different view of salvation. They think that Christ's death only paid for Adam's sin, so we don't inherit it, but we have to make our own selves righteous by effort in this life so that we can pass on to a higher life afterward. There's a denial of fundamental truths of the Christian faith. It's not in any sense Christian.